Discussed about some of the general aspects of CC payments. Now let us discuss about the construction of dry lean concrete, commonly called DLC. So it is also called dry lean concrete subbase layer. So in this picture, you can see the paving of dry lean concrete pavement. If you take a typical cross section of cement concrete pavement, what are the layers we have? The bottom, the embankment, and above the embankment there should be subgrade. Here that line is missing. Below this drainage layer, it is compacted subgrade or the subgrade. Above that we have drainage layer, and then we have the DLC subbase, lean cement concrete subbase, and above that we have PQC layer, or otherwise cement concrete pavement slab. So now let us, what is that we are discussing? We are discussing about the construction of this layer, this lean cement concrete layer or dry lean concrete layer. This layer we are constructing. Of course, what is this drainage layer? It is the same GSB what we discussed earlier. The same GSB is constructed. Above that the DLC is constructed. Now look at the materials requirements for dry lean concrete layer. Cement should conform to any of this layer, OPC, any of this cement, OPC, PSG, PPC, any of this cement can be used for construction of DLC, which fulfills the requirement of IS 269 for OPC, IS 455 for PSG, and IS 41489 for PPC. Ordinary Portland cement, slag cement, and pozzolanic cement. If the subgrade is found to consist of sulfates more than 0.5%, more than 0.5% cement shall be sulfate resistant. What does it mean? If you see the subgrade is having the sulfates, then 0.5% cement shall be sulfate resistant cement. When it comes to the aggregates, aggregate should fulfill the requirement of IS 383. If the aggregates are not free from dirt, wash these aggregates 72 hours before using in the construction. So coarse aggregates, they need to be hot, clean, strong. They should be devoid of disintegrated, flocky, elongated shapes. And the maximum size allowed in the cement concrete is 25. When it comes to the fine aggregates, it should conform to the IS 383 requirements. The fine aggregates can be natural sand or crushed stone sand. Of course, water to be clean, free from oil, salt, acid, vegetable matter, and water should meet IS 456 requirements. This is the gradation for DLC. So 26.5 100%, 19 mm 80 to 100%, 9.5 mm it is 55 to 75, 4.75 mm it is 35 to 60% passing, and 600 micron it is 10 to 35% passing, and for 75 micron sieve it is 0 to 8% passing. This is the gradation of DLC. So then comes the proportioning of materials for the DLC mix. Now look at the water content. So water content is to ensure full compaction under rolling, and no heaving before the wheels or no pickup by the wheels during the compaction of dry lean concrete using the rollers. These things not to be observed. Heaving not to be observed during rolling operation. Please remember, less water always leads to inadequate compaction, low in situ strength, and also it gives open textured surface. The water content always to be determined and demonstrated on trial length or what is called mock-up. Cement content for DLC not to be less than 150 kg per cubic meter. The concrete strength, average compressive strength of 5 cubes shall not be less than 10 MPa at 7 days. Minimum is 7.5 MPa at 7 days. The subgrade should get a fine spray of water rolled with 1 or 2 passes a day before placing the DLC layer. We need to sprinkle light, we need to give a light sprinkling of water, and then we need to give 1 or 2 passes of rolling 1 day before putting the DLC layer on the subgrade. Now let us look at the construction steps. First step, batching and mixing. The plant, where the mix is prepared, cement concrete mix is prepared, that plant should have higher capacity by 25% than the proposed laying arrangements. That means the plant should have 25% extra capacity than what is required for the site. The accuracy of the plant should be plus or minus 2% for aggregates, plus or minus 1% for cement and water. So much accuracy we have to maintain. So calibration, all those things, trial run are very, very important. So once the mix is prepared in the plant, the mix is transported in the tippers covered with tarpaulin. Please remember, the mix supply should be continuous always. So once the mix is transported to the job site, the DLC mix is spread on the layer, drainage layer, or above the GSB layer, by using a paver, preferably with an electronic sensor paver. High tamping bars in the paver gives first initial compaction for the DLC layer. Please remember, paver is the machine which does first compaction. Paver also, please remember, paver does the compaction. So here the tamping bars in the paver gives the first initial compaction for the DLC spread, and then please remember, paving to be carried out to the full width as far as possible. That is preferred. So the compaction, once the paving is done, compaction shall start immediately till there is no further movement under the wheel load. Till there is no further movement of the mix under the wheel load. The minimum of 97% of density to be achieved. On the edges, you can lower by 2%, that means 95% density, field density you can achieve. Spreading, compacting, finishing not to exceed 90 minutes when the temperature is 25 to 30 degree. It can extend, that means spreading, compacting, finishing can extend up to 120 minutes if the temperature is less than 25 degrees. But please remember, no case the paving, the compaction, the finishing operation should exceed 2 hours. Work shall not proceed when the temperature exceed 30 degree. So generally CC pavements are not constructed when the temperatures exceed 30 degree. So it is desirable to stop the concrete when the ambient temperature is more than 35 degree. So that means we don't construct when the temperature is more than 35 degree. So for compaction, we have to use the double drum smooth wheel roller of 8 to 10 ton capacity. We need to take special care near curbs, side farms, etc. while rolling. For honeycombing concrete with aggregates 10 mm and below is spread and compacted after roughing the surface. Sometimes it may happen, you may see the honeycombing. So you have to use aggregates lower than 10 mm, and you need to, using these aggregates, you need to compact after roughing the surface. Joints are to be cut to the vertical shape. Curing, we need to cure using liquid curing compound, and this curing compound is sprayed immediately after rolling is complete. And after rolling is complete, covered with wet hosine for 3 days, and also we need to cover with gunny bags or hosine and kept continuously moist for 7 days by sprinkling water. So this is another view of construction of the dry-lean concrete layer. This shows electric sensor pavers are used for paving, and you can see the rollers. The same way operation. Only thing is here, instead of asphalt mix, it is the lean concrete mix, which is paved using the pavers, and the same rollers which are used for asphaltic concrete or bituminous layers are used here for rolling. Of course, drum compactor, asphalt steel drum compactors, no pneumatic rollers. So you can see here the curing of DLC by using a waxed based curing compound. Some of the references that you can see for construction of DLC layer is of course the 5th revision MRTH specs. You can also see IRC SP 49 guidelines for use of dry-lean concrete as sub-base for rigid pavements, published by the Indian Roads Congress. Thank you.